Ever wish you had someone to tell you the truth about what it takes to run a successful business and live a fulfilling life? Well, amiguita, you've come to the right place. So grab your favorite cafecito or cocktail, your courage, and let's get to work. I'm Janessa Borges, a therapist, business strategist, mindset coach for entrepreneurs, and a feisty Latina from Miami. And I'm determined to teach you the exact tools you need to stop settling and start kicking some serious derriere. What do you say? Are you in? Then let's get started. Welcome to Latinas Empowering Latinas podcast. Today, we're doing more of a behind the scenes of business and life. If you don't know yet, I created a membership, a community called Latinas Empowering Latinas. There's a YouTube channel that you can watch. There's the podcast, Latinas Empowering Latinas, that you can hear me on. And then I just created and launched a community. I wanted to talk a little bit about the process of choosing a platform for the community, because there was a vision that I had. My vision was really to bring people together and to create a platform where other Latinas can collaborate, connect genuinely. I find that a lot of communities that exist, I'll speak in general, I feel like a lot of communities are just really focused on like pitching your business. Even locally, when I've gone to some networking events, they're not really networking events. They're really, here's me, here's what I do, here's how you can hire me, here are my cards. And it feels really one-sided, and everybody's there for the same reason, is just to promote their business. And I have to be fair to say that that's really been my experience where I live locally right now in Naples. I have attended other events as well, and I do feel like it's very one-sided. My purpose was to create a community that was more genuine, right? So where people really wanted to grow and learn in business and in life, a place where there's accountability, group coaching, co-working hours, office hours, and so far as like if you have questions, I'll be there. Well, part of my team to really discuss not just the business marketing aspect, how to find your niche, or clarify your ICA, or really how to market, how to come up with ideas, brainstorming, activities, events, your calendar, planning, projecting, growing, scaling, investing, like so much. But I really wanted a platform that was robust enough where people can make genuine connections and really get to learn and know about each other authentically. Not like, here's what I do, come meet me and bring me business or send me people, but hey, here's what I do, here's how I can help you, or oh wow, you're doing that, I'd love to be part of that, and genuinely create collaboration. What I've found, and again, it really depends on where you live, but overall, that a lot of people are either intimidated by people that are doing something like them or feel competition. I know that there is more than enough space for all of us to succeed. And when you show up genuinely to help people, it just comes off differently. I'm huge on word of mouth and referrals, whether it's for doctors, whether it's for business, website. I'm huge, and somebody pointed this out to me the other day. They said, you're really big on relationships, right? And I really, really am. Somebody still has to provide a good service, but I feel like I can see the potential and the possibility in somebody sometimes before they can even see it in themselves. Instagram and Facebook, you don't own those platforms. Somebody else owns that platform. So the algorithm always changes. It's frustrating. It's overwhelming. You can never keep up. In fact, I was posting a reel last night with one of my team members, Liz, and I was trying to find a very specific audio, right? So you know that trending reels kind of helps bump up the possibility of expanding your reach, not necessarily to your ICA, but just kind of giving it a better chance. We're looking, and I was looking for very specific sounds. I wanted a Latina specific sounds or Hispanic kind of music. And I found that all the trending reels now are original. We went from trending reels that were promoting music to now original. Everything is always shifting. I didn't want to house my community in Facebook or Instagram where truly, even if you're following a certain amount of people or they're following you, you get lost in the algorithm changes, interaction. I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole different world. And in addition to not getting into it because it's a whole different world, it is constantly changing. So I wanted a platform that was mine. Insofar as I was in charge of it, nobody can take it or change the algorithm. And I wanted a community where people can really look visually at each other and truly connect and inspire. In addition to everything that's happening within the community, I really wanted it to be an organic way for people to meet and get to know each other. I looked at a lot of different options. I've had Facebook groups before, but again, I just didn't feel good. I have Instagram and I have Facebook, and I'm not saying to get rid of any of these. I'm talking about my personal experience, about what I wanted for this new community that just kicked off. I looked at two different options. I looked at several different options and I narrowed down two, right? The first one was Kajabi. I love Kajabi. I'll put the link below or they'll be in the show notes. Kajabi is a one-stop shop for your email list, for a website, for if you have courses, products, if you have pretty much everything that you want to do can do there. I mean, it took me a long time to invest in Kajabi, and I always talk about the process, right? Never compare yourself to somebody else's journey because you don't know how far or long it took them to get to where they are. When I started, I used everything that was free or cheap. And then at some point I fell in love with Kajabi. I created my course and I changed it from like Thinkific to Teachable, all these different platforms, and you can research them all. There were different things about them. Again, some were free, some were more user-friendly. I'm very visual. I wanted something not to be clunky or overwhelming. And I fell in love with Kajabi. Like, I still have Kajabi. That is, where you can have coaching in there. My email list lives in there. I'm an affiliate for Kajabi. I love Kajabi. They have a community aspect. I really truly looked into that because it's easier to keep everything in house. And by the time I invested in Kajabi, all the other moving pieces that I had as I was growing, I had ConvertKit, which I love. I'll put all these links, below in the show notes as well. I loved ConvertKit. I think that their email is very robust. I think it's very affordable, especially when you're starting off. They have a free plan, which is awesome. But when I started putting together, Member Vault, let's say, or Thinkific or Teachable, and then ConvertKit, and then a website, and I had all these moving pieces, I felt very split, number one. And number two, when I started adding up the costs because I had grown so much, it actually became more expensive and messier and like more scattered than if I invested in one platform. I eventually shifted everything to Kajabi. And here's my lesson. I know that we all start where we can, especially when we're saving money. What ended up happening is, yes, I saved money in the beginning, but by the time I had to transition everything over, I spent more money hiring people to transition my courses and my email list and put everything up and my it's so complicated. Like, there's so many moving pieces. I spent so much more money, thousands of dollars, to have everything migrated once I was ready. So if you can, even though it feels a little bit like a splurge, responsibly, if you can invest in what you love or it's a one-stop shop, do it from the beginning because it's going to cost you in the end. So that's my PSA on that. Kajabi created something called communities, which is their version of memberships. And I have full confidence that Kajabi will one day grow that platform, that piece of their platform, because they're always growing into something that is more robust. The benefit of it is if you have Kajabi, it is counted as one of your products, right? I looked at that, but I really, again, wanted a different experience. My pros would have been that it's part of Kajabi already, that I'm paying for, right? And that everybody's familiar for, and everything is hubbed in there, my courses and my handouts and my sheets and all these resources I have. However, I really wanted something where people could engage and connect and organically meet. I found Mighty Networks, and I'll put a link to that too. Kajabi, I have a 30-day free trial if you use that. And then Mighty Networks, I have a 14-day trial. I'll put the link in there too. I'm affiliate for both because I promote and share. And if I can, I become an affiliate because absolutely, why not, if I'm sharing this with you? But I'm sharing with you what I actually use or would use or have used in the past, right? Back to Mighty Networks. I love this platform, and I'll share some slides of what you can do with it in another video. But Mighty Networks literally has a visual of the members. It has all the members in one platform. Because I own the platform, when I put a message, when I create an event, it sends alerts directly to the members. Now I'm not relying on an algorithm to share information. You don't have to just rely on email to see if they get an alert or not. There is a Mighty Network app. Again, starting off, you can have your own like white label app, which means one that's designed and customized for you. But again, I'm all about growing into where you need to be. Growing, and yes, you need to invest and spend money to grow. You definitely have to take some risks. But I'm a big believer in that, do so responsibly, especially with my financial strategist, Gabby Gong. I'll share her information on this too. We're sharing everything today. the beauty of this is there's actual visual of everybody's faces. There's a summary of what they do. You can categorize by industry or categorize by location. I can host my events in there, literally, whatever I'm doing, whether it's the membership, group coaching, a class that I'm teaching. There's a lot of resource and teaching and sharing in there. Accountability group, office hours is kind of like when I'm in there and you're in there. And if you have any questions, I'm there and available to answer anything. It's this beautiful community that I'm growing. I can't believe we're up to 11 members, and I just shared this last week, and I'm so excited because I know this is just the beginning. In Mighty Networks, the alerts, if you download the app, you can tweak, the settings, but if I'm sharing a post or I'm sharing a poll or there's an event coming up, it sends my members an alert. Again, I'm no longer relying on the algorithm. The beauty of this is that I'm not just the one in there giving. When you're part of a community and the members are very specific members because they really do want to connect and network and bring up other Latinas and focus on collaboration and not competition. This isn't about pitching. It is about genuinely and organically forming these relationships, getting to know people and collaborating with them and working with them with no expectations in return. A very genuine, almost like a friend relationship. And that's my goal. Some of my best friends are people that I have reached out to and collaborated with and genuinely connected with without expecting anything in return. That's a huge piece of collaboration. Do without expecting anything in return. Now, the long-term goal is, yes, that you're going to grow, but how that happens, sometimes it's for free. Sometimes you give of yourself and you show up for free. Me showing up here, whether you're watching me on YouTube or you're listening to this on the podcast, is me sharing with you information in the hope that we build this genuine relationship, that you get to know me and my style. And whether I talk with my hands or I show up in my office or I'm in the car because I was inspired, it truly, really is about these connections. Going back to Mighty Network, that is where I'm hosting this community. If you haven't joined us yet, make sure you do. There's a founding member special. The rate will go up soon. I can't believe how fast it's growing. Today is actually our first day. You'll be listening to this after, but today's our first day of our first group coaching and our first goal setting of the month. Every month, there's at least, if not more, 4 contact points with me during the month. Constant communication, collaboration, accountability within the group while you're getting to know other people. It's not a way to overwhelm you. It's supposed to be a place to check in, because entrepreneurship can sometimes feel very lonely if you're not surrounded by other entrepreneurs. Mighty Networks is the platform where I decided to go toward. Again, I'm hopeful that Kajabi will grow and catch up, but for right now, Mighty Networks is the place where the membership is hosted. If you're looking to create community of your own, if you have a course, if you're coaching people, Mighty Networks is so incredibly robust. And if you want to try it out for 14 days, the link is below in the show notes or underneath the video. If you're listening to this, make sure to watch it on YouTube, because you gotta love my mannerisms. And if you're watching on YouTube, know that you can always have the option to listen to it as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you gained a lot. Remember, Mighty Networks, #1 for community building. Kajabi, amazing for courses. And Mighty Networks actually also has the option to integrate your courses there. So I'm gonna play around with that and see what it's like, and I'll keep you guys posted. I hope you love this video, and I will catch you guys next week.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited you tuned in. The best way to find out the second a new episode is released and receive all the valuable tools and actionable steps I share is to subscribe to the podcast, so make sure you do that. Sending you so much love until next time. Bye.